update coming in Pahalgam terror attack case. A court in Jammu has issued an open-ended non-bailable warrant against LeT chief Hafiz Saeed. The court has said that his arrest and custodial interrogation is very important for the probe and noted that designated terrorist has been evading arrest in the last few years. The warrant has been forwarded to Deputy Inspector General of National Investigating Agency or NIA in Jammu and Kashmir for execution in accordance with the law as Indian authorities continue efforts to bring those responsible for the attack to justice. So that is the latest we are learning, and this comes, in fact, few days after. Remember, a charge sheet was filed in the court that named Hafiz Saeed, and that charge sheet was filed in connection with April 2025 attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam district. It was filed before NIA court in Jammu, and anti-terror agency charge sheeted Saeed in his individual capacity and also as the chief of band LeT and the affiliate as well. So now in the latest, we're learning that a court in Jammu has issued an open-ended non-bailable warrant against Hafiz Saeed. Bhavtosh is joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Bhavtosh, this is a big update in the Pahalgam terror attack case. Tell us what happened in the court and what directions have been given to the authorities there.
Akasha, non-bailable warrants have been issued by a Jammu court after an application was moved by the NIA. NIA has said that his in absentia trial should be held. Remember, BNSS has provision that in the absentia trial of an individual can be held if a person is on run. As far as Hafiz Saeed is concerned, he is a proscribed and a designated terrorist. He is also head of Lashkar-e-Taiba and also of its offshoot, which is also a designated terrorist organization, that is TRF. Last week, NIA had made him an accused in the Pahalgam terror attack, naming him as the person who is the main accused as far as the Pahalgam terror attack is concerned. They have said that he is the main accused along with Sajid Jatt. Now, we have accessed the court order which specifically mentions that that he is the person who is on run and that his trial should be held. Now, NIA court went through the application that was filed by the NIA, and NIA has said that he is the person who lives in Punjab province of Pakistan, and they want to execute non-bailable warrants against him. It's an important development, primarily because of the fact that under the new provisions of BNSS, NIA wants that he should stand trial as far as this case is concerned. The probe that was conducted by the NIA initially named Sajid Jatt as one of the accused in this case, along with the 3 dead terrorists. And for the first time, Hafiz Saeed has also been named as an accused in this case. His in absentia trial also means that NIA wants both the accused. As far as NIA is concerned, they want Sajid Jatt, who is the founder of TRF, as well as Hafiz Saeed to face trial, and the trial will be held in Jammu court. And Hafiz Saeed is the main accused, along with Sajid Jatt.
All right, stay on with us, Bhavtosh. Let me go across to retired Major General Rajan Kochar. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. How do you look at this? Because Hafiz Saeed has been accused of waging war against India and hatching a conspiracy from across the border. Now, a non-bailable warrant has been issued against him. The court has mentioned that his interrogation is very important as far as the probe into Pahalgam terror attack is concerned. How crucial is this?
Good morning. See, this is a step which the Indian government is taking to highlight this particular issue, and we need to, I think, take it at a slightly larger level, because our government has issued a non-bailable warrant, and this we would try to get him extradited from Pakistan and make sure he comes. But then this effort requires some kind of international pressure, because from our side, this pressure has started now, because and a few others are also there whom we want to face trial. But then I think this issue must be brought firstly to the notice of the FATF also, because you see, unless we put pressure on Pakistan from an agency, international agencies like the FATF, IMF and all that, this pressure may not work. So I'm of the opinion that a move is started, and I think it's a very welcome sign that the Indian government is making such efforts to highlight the barbaric act of Hafiz Saeed as far as Pahalgam is concerned. But definitely we need to take it up at the highest level. Also, a warrant has to be issued. Maybe the help of Interpol can also be taken in this, and because he's already declared as a terrorist, as a designated terrorist by the United Nations also. So I think slightly more would need to be done, because having his trial here and passing a sentence in absentia may not work the way we want it to work. So I feel that more effort, more kind of a narrative has to be built up at the international level, and highlight this kind of act by him.
All right.
So that we can put more pressure on Pakistan to get him extradited and brought to India.
Very important what you just mentioned, that in fact there should be more pressure on Pakistan as far as this is concerned, because the agency has said that his name was added to the charge sheet after it collected supporting evidence about his role as well as Pakistan's conspiracy as far as that attack is concerned. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us and putting that into perspective. I'm also joined by retired Wing Commander Praful Bakshi. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. Our last expert told us that, you know, it should also be brought to the notice of FATF, and that there should be international pressure on Pakistan as well as far as Hafiz Saeed is concerned and attack in Pahalgam is also concerned. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a very valid point which has been brought out, because you understand Pakistan has got the policy of terrorism. The General Pervez Musharraf had openly said on your televisions that these terrorists are my champions. Now, what more do you want to hear from Pakistan? They are their champions. They are upholding. In fact, the Pakistan army is totally dependent on these terrorists to keep them in power. They want to remain in power because 85% of the Pakistan's commercial activity is under the control of the army associations. So army has to be in power with the help of terrorists, and they will not let them down. So there will be a lot of opposition from the Pakistan army for this proposal. Yes, FATF, United Nations, and other agencies like International Committee of Red Cross and other who are propagating the aspects of conflict and non-international armed conflict and all those aspects, they also must be made aware of it. In fact, most of them are aware of it, but they have required a forum to speak up. So India, with its connections right from New Zealand, right to Mongolia, all over, wherever Prime Minister has gone, fight against terrorism, in fact, is a main aspect, whether it was in Indonesia, whether it was in New Zealand. So, in terms of fight against terrorism, all these people, all these countries will jointly support India. So when India asks United Nations now to look after it, United Nations does not, cannot do alone anything else. FATF can only put a financial sanction. And what else? But Pakistan is being supported by America. Now, America is playing a double game. They get bitten by terrorists. They are very against terrorists as far as they are concerned, but they don't mind their associates and friends, including them. So India must pick this point up, and not only to it, even to Iran. Iran also must know, because what happens, though Iran also knows what terrorism is there. In fact, Iranian support to the terrorists in Kargil is also there. So everybody is playing their play game in its own interest.
Absolutely. And at this point in time, we are learning that a non-bailable warrant has been issued against Hafiz Saeed. Thanks so much, sir, for connecting with us and putting that into perspective. Let me also go across to retired Major General Sanjay Maston, defense expert. Thanks so much, sir, for connecting with us. The charges against Hafiz Saeed, they are very important because he's been accused by NIA of waging war against India and hatching a conspiracy from across the border when it comes to Pahalgam terror attack. Now, a non-bailable warrant has been issued against him, but that is not enough because he needs to be extradited to India. His custodial interrogation is very important, is what the court has said, for the probe to also continue. Your take on this?
Yeah, my take is that firstly, it is very good that Hafiz Saeed, the non-bailable warrant has been issued, and India is actually having sustained efforts throughout. Since last so many years, this person was also involved in 26/11 attacks. So I think we are doing the step in the right direction to get him back to India. But yes, it's a very, very difficult task, a tall order task to get him extradited, because it's not going to be easy. But nevertheless, I think we have also other options to go to the International Court of Justice and raise this issue constantly in the United Nations. You know, we have to have that art of raking up these issues in all possible forums in the world, whether it is the Islamic Conference or whether it is, you know, any, including with GCC countries. They are our good supporters, and maybe even with Iran. So we have to continuously raise this issue to get this person back, because he is the actually masterhead of terrorism, and he's been involved in so many cases against India.
All right.
So I think it's a step in the right direction. Sustained efforts is what will pay in the long run, perhaps.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us and putting that into perspective. NIA has said that Hafiz Saeed's name was added to the charge sheet after they have collected enough evidence against him. And now the court in Jammu and Kashmir, it has issued a non-bailable warrant against, saying that his custodial interrogation is very important. With this, a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.